Listen up, everyone. This is going to be a song you're going to want to download today. Jason Broyles is here with me because he is sharing some new music with us. It's a very personal story about his family, and it will bring a tear to your eye. Welcome in, Jason.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, I was listening to it all morning. It's amazing.
Thank you.
It's called Strawberry Hill, which was the nickname of your grandfather's farm, correct?
That's right, yeah.
So talk a little bit about the story behind it.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is a little over a year ago. I was actually in Arkansas going back to the farm because my aunt had passed away. I was there for a memorial service, but grabbed dinner with my dad, and he was getting, sentimental and nostalgic and everything, and started telling me all these stories. And, now later in life, my dad felt more comfortable sharing, like, everything, I guess. And I just thought it was fascinating because I didn't grow up on a farm, and having that kind of life, I wanted to continue to let those stories live on, and so I put it in a song. And there is a little nod to Bonnie and Clyde.
Yes,
yeah.
yes. Okay, we're going to ask you about that after, but let's take a listen first, and we'll keep talking afterwards.
Okay.
I got to know him from his stories, the tragedies and glories, the good and evil legends. Laid to rest up on the hill, according to his will. Daddy said he's closer to heaven, closer up on Strawberry Hill, covered in red. That's what kept my family fed. You're closer to heaven up on Strawberry Hill, covered in red. That's what my daddy said. You're closer to heaven up on Strawberry Hill.
Oh, it's so pretty. It's
Thank
a
you.
pretty, pretty song and such a beautiful meaning. And I love that it almost goes old school country, where it kind of does that full circle, living, dying on Strawberry Hill, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay, Bonnie and Clyde, you mentioned it before.
Yeah.
What is that about?
Yeah, so that conversation that I was having with my dad, he just said to me, he goes, Jason, I mentioned to you the time that Bonnie and Clyde got in a shootout on our family farm and killed the local lawman. I was like, no, Dad, you did not tell me that. And then just all these other stories began to unfold from there. But yeah, I looked it up and it happened.
That's amazing.
Absolutely wild, yeah.
That is fascinating. I mean, to find that out. Okay, was that your dad in the music video?
No, it was not.
Okay.
But the picture that I walked up with, that was a picture of my grandparents from 1934. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And not a lot of people, musicians, artists, do music videos anymore. And the ones that I've seen more recently aren't that intricate. That one was very intricate. Tell me a little bit about the production behind that.
Yeah, so I worked with Ben Oaks of Ben Oaks Creative, and for me, like, really, this song is the first song to an entire EP, which is to really set the stage, set the scene, and it's three generations, right? And I just wanted to make it feel like a movie, right? That's really what I wanted the writing to be, and as a songwriter and as a storyteller, I wanted to bring that, visual to life. Yeah.
And I'm glad you mentioned that. The EP is called Old Rudy Road.
Yep.
And what is that? I know that is also personal to you.
Yeah, that's the name of the road that the farm was on. So that's where my dad grew up on, and where all these stories come from.
What does your dad say about this honor, this nod to him in his life?
I mean, he's like, I would say he's tickled by it. He laughs, but at the same time, my dad told me this story too, where there's only a couple of stations that they could pick up on the radio. One was St. Louis Cardinals baseball, and then the other was the Grand Ole Opry. So this also means so much to him as well, and that has just been, I don't know, it's been an honor. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, you were before this, you had a very different life. You were a banker and a teacher.
Yeah.
How did that all come to be?
Yeah, well, I have ADHD, so my journey has gone a little bit of everywhere, and even working out of the country. But no, but music has always been a part of my life ever since I was 5 years old, singing in church choir.
Yeah.
But songwriting, I have been doing it kind of on the side for quite some time now. But this particular project, I love the art. I love the art, and in my gut told me it's time to do this, and so I'm leaning in.
Well, I'm very glad you're leaning in because it's beautiful. Thank you so very, very much for sharing that with us. Everybody got to take a listen. Strawberry Hill is out now. It's such a touching song. And you can follow Jason and his journey online at jasonbroylesmusic.com.